What's up, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of Sleight of Hand for Beginners. In today's video, we're going to learn how to present the cards to the spectator so they can pick a card. We're going to learn how to shuffle cards, and we're going to learn how to control a card. Now, before we start, I would like to show you the Madison dealers. These are the cards that we'll be using for today. If you're interested in these cards, head over to madison.cards. And if you really want to purchase something from there, I have a 10% discount code in the description. So treat yourself. Now let's begin. First, what we're going to learn is the table spread. This is how we're going to present the cards to the spectator so they can pick a card. Slight tip: use a mat if you're going to do this. Don't do it on a wet table or a dirty table or at a bar. Make sure you have a mat, or at least a clean table. To perform this, we're going to hold the deck in a bitter grip position, but we're going to slightly bevel the cards at an angle. Now, finger 1 is going to make contact with the cards from the side, and we go from left to right, adding slight pressure onto the cards. Notice that the fingers don't move away when we're doing this. It's so it keeps the cards in order. That's the table spread. Now, if you don't have a mat and you really want to perform this, we can also do it in the hands. So we start off with the cards in straddle grip position. Our thumb from our right hand is going to take about half of the cards and is going to spread them into our right hand. At the same time, our left thumb is going to push those cards into the middle. So we can ask the spectator now to choose any card they want. This is how the cards look from the back. So our pinky makes sure that the cards don't fall off. Keeps everything nice and tidy. Next, what we're going to learn is dribbling the cards. We'll ask the spectator to say stop anywhere they want. We show them the card, or they can take the card from it. To perform that, hold the deck in a bitter grip position. Now, our thumb, which is normally in the middle when we're holding the deck in bitter grip, is going to go to the very edge. Now, finger 1 is going to apply pressure and is going to bend those cards. And our thumb is going to riffle up, like so. Don't worry if the cards come out in clumps. But with time, we will make it look nice. So basically what you do is just ask the spectator to say stop anywhere they want. And they have a choice. Next, we're going to learn is the overhand shuffle. And it goes like this. We're going to hold the deck in a kind of a reverse bitter grip position. So basically palm facing up and all of our fingers on the front instead of finger 1 curled at the bottom. We just have everything holding at the short end. Our left hand is going to receive the cards, and our thumb from our left hand is going to help maintain the cards in place. Our right hand fingers, what they're going to do is slowly release pressure and close, release and close, release and close. Now put both actions together and it looks like this, the overhand shuffle. Next, what we're going to learn is the Hindu shuffle. Now, to perform the Hindu shuffle, our right hand, thumb, and finger 2 is going to make contact with the corners. Finger 1 is going to be curled on top. Our left hand, thumb and finger 2 is going to make contact with the top cards, and it's just going to strip them off into the left hand. And that's the Hindu shuffle. Next, what we're going to learn is the riffle shuffle, the tabled riffle shuffle. Now, what we're going to do with both hands, thumb and finger 2, the right hand is going to pull the bottom half, while the left hand is going to pull the left half of the cards, and we're going to separate them, and then we're going to make a sort of a V with it. Finger 1 is going to be placed on top. It's not lightly, we're actually going to apply some pressure to the middle because our thumb is going to riffle these cards up. So to weave them in together, we'll raise all the cards, drop one, and then our hands are going to drop all those cards between each other. Now we're going to straighten them out. We just push from the back, and our thumb at the back is going to make sure that everything stays aligned. And that's the tabled riffle shuffle. Now, to control a card. So, for example, spread the cards, have a spectator choose any card they want. It's a free choice. The Ace of Clubs. We ask the spectator to place that card on top of our cards. We shuffle everything on top. And we have it controlled. Now, to do that, let's start all the way from the beginning. Have the cards spread out. Have the spectator choose a card, any card they want. Hold the cards for a overhand shuffle, but what we're going to do is let half of them already fall into our hand. Okay? Ask the spectator to place the card on top of the packet from our left hand. Now, instead of shuffling the cards immediately on top, what we're going to do is we're going to pull off one card, but not from the front, not from the flush with the cards, but more from the back. This is going to be our key card, our locator card, so we can find the card towards the end. Shuffle the rest of the cards as you would normally on top of that locator card. And this is the position we're in. One card at the back, sticking out. And for those who want to know, that's called an in jog. Our thumb is going to make contact with the in jog. It's going to create a gap. You're going to push that card back into the rest with the cards. Now we have a thumb break, similar to a pinky break. Now our card is here. We're going to let go of all of the cards from the front into our hand. This is where our card is. We want to just throw the rest on top. Now I'm going to do it face up. So this is the position we're in. Our thumb pulls off one card. We shuffle the rest normally on top. This is our locator. Thumb hits the back, creates a gap. We let go of all the cards above the break. We throw the rest of the cards on top. There we go. That's a control. You just learned your first control using a overhand shuffle. This is how it should look like in speed. Now, you probably noticed I didn't bring everything up immediately. So we were in this position. I didn't just immediately throw it up. There's other ways of doing this. So after you create that break, pull off about a bunch of cards. And now, since you have only a little bit left, throw the rest on top and throw the rest on top of those. So again, create that break, pull off some cards, throw everything above the break. Whoops. Throw everything above the break and throw those cards on top. Now you have control. Now, there's another control I want to teach you. It's using the Hindu shuffle. So, they've chosen their card. We prepare our hands for the Hindu shuffle. We take already about a block off. Ask the spectator to place it on top. Now we're going to Hindu shuffle the rest of the cards on top. What you've done is actually a pinky break. Because here's the card. Thumb and finger 2 pull off a block of cards and it's going to rest on our pinky. From the front, it looks like you just shuffle those cards on top. Now you have a pinky break above their selection. Our right hand is going to grab everything above the pinky break, place it onto the table, and place those cards on top again. And if you controlled their selection. So once again, take about 20 cards off, so a block of cards. Have them place it on top. I'm going to do it face up now for you guys. Thumb and finger 2 pull off a block, 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 block. Throw the rest on top. You have your pinky break. Grab everything. So with thumb and finger 2, grab everything above the break. Place those cards on top. Square nicely. You've controlled a card. Now I want to show you how to control a card with a riffle shuffle, which is pretty basic. What you can do is, this is their selection. I'll just do it face up. Riffle normally. What you can do, just keep it on top. But I wouldn't just control a card like this. No. To go into this, I have to do other false. I have to do other type of controls. So, for example, I've chosen a card. We do the overhand shuffle, and we control the card with the overhand shuffle. Yeah. So, control with the overhand shuffle. Now I would go into the riffle shuffle. Since I know the card is on top, just use the riffle shuffle. We can now reverse the order. So instead of our right hand pulling on the bottom, our right hand will pull the top half. So the card is here. And it's still controlled on top. And there we go. Now there's actually more advanced techniques when it comes to controlling cards from a riffle shuffle. I will go into it much later in other videos. All you need to know is to control it like so. Make sure you don't weave them together. Or, a little tip, when you do want to divide them, our finger 1 from our right hand is going to make contact with the top card, and we're going to push everything off to the sides. So left is going to pull the top half, right hand is going to pull the bottom half, like you would do with a normal riffle shuffle. But finger 1 will make contact with the top card, and it's going to slide that card onto the right hand packet. And we make sure that the top card always remains on top. There we go. And I think it's time to do to learn a trick based on what we've learned today. So let's get going. First, we'll spread the cards. Ask the spectator to choose any card they want. So let's say they choose the 2 of clubs. Ask the spectator to sign the card or not. Again, depends if you have more decks of cards at home or not. It's optional, by the way. We will perform the overhand shuffle, where we just, have the outdraw card. We'll now divide the deck in half. Card is over here. Do a riffle shuffle. We're going to slide off the top card onto the right hand packet. Riffle again. Make sure that the right hand card remains on top. Now we're going to do a double lift. Ask them if that's their card. They'll say no. Flip it over. Ask them to cover it. Now this part, you can do whatever you want. You can ask them to cover it with their hand. Imagine them to think of their card and it will then change. There's multiple ways of doing this, but this is the easiest way. So again, card. We produce the cards. They'll choose one. 7 of hearts. Goes back on top. We'll control that card with an overhand shuffle. We will control it again with a riffle shuffle. The card is over here. We do a slip cut. So the card is here now. Now we'll perform a double lift, which is the 9 of hearts. That's not their card, obviously. We'll say, was this your card? They'll say no. That's fine. Flip over the double and that card to them. Ask them to put it between their hands and to think of their card. And then just ask them to turn it over, and there we go. That is it. I hope you guys learned something from this today. I hope today was a bit harder, because I don't want to be too easy for you guys, or else you'll be like, what's the point? But I also don't want to make it too hard, or else like, what's the point of learning? Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I hope you learned something, and hope to see you in the next video. See ya.